All right, welcome to first day of class, fall semester. All of y'all know who I am, so I'm not going to bother with some sort of introduction. Um, but yeah, the very last class that we had back in May, I think it was, if you recall, was we first introduced colors and clothing. And so that's why I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and kind of do some review with that, but there's also going to be a lot of other review for other lessons that we did. And I mentioned that in the email, but I guess that you said you're going to get it. But so there's going to be a lot of review for different lessons that we learned last in the springtime. So here is how we're going to, I guess, be practicing. And I say practicing because I really do, I want my classes to be that way. Like we're practicing, right? We're all learning, we're practicing and trying to do our best to learn our beautiful Numu Yaduan. So the way we're going to be practicing here in this class, you see on the left side, I have some articles of clothing, and then divided, I have on the right side articles clothing. And so first, I might ask something like, how many shirts are on the right side? Okay, and of course, I'll explain how I will ask that in the Numu later on. But in this case, there are three, right? You see three. So you'll just say, if you want, you can just answer in English. Like I don't want anyone to feel, so burdened about trying to say it right in Paiute and you're not comfortable. You can just say three if you want. The goal is, just listening in and of itself is part of learning. As long as you're listening and you're able to understand it, even if you answer in English, that's perfectly fine. But yeah, so there are three on the right side, right? So you could answer that again, saying there are three on the right side in Numu. You could just say three. You can say Bahitu, in Numu. However you want, as long as you're understanding it. That's the goal. Okay. I might even ask you, how many shirts do you see? So in this case, it doesn't matter whether it's the right or the left side. It's all together. How many shirts do you see? So there are two on the left side. There are three on the right side. So your answer will just simply be five. You can just say five. You can say, I see five shirts, whether in English or Numu. And as long as you're understanding, that's really the goal. So let's briefly review. If I don't know if you guys all had an opportunity to review, but let's just do it really quickly. The clothing, right? Remember, shirt is your kwasi. Kwasi, it's a shirt. Your pants are your kusa. 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 Your shoes are your moko. 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 Got a hat, which is your sotua. 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 Got your belt, which is a nati. 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 And your gloves is your masato. 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 And socks is your tasoba. 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 And lastly, or do you guys need any time writing these down? And yes, Alyssa, I do have those that you can review. I have a video both on YouTube and also on TikTok and Facebook with all these words and me sharing them. And then lastly, we got the nagui, which is your dress, nagui, nagui, nagui. Monica, you just joined. I'm just kind of going over a review. The very last class we had in May, we did clothing and colors. And Maxine is joining now too. Back up a little bit. All right, welcome, Maxine. I was just reviewing clothing. And we ended with nagui here. So let's go on now to reviewing briefly the colors. Remember, To specify the color of an article of clothing, you you have that particular article of clothing, right? Which is, in this case, I have it all, the shirt as an example, wasu. And so if you want to specify what color it is, you just add the root color word, right? So remember, the red is atsa. Atsa is the root for red. So atsakwasu. Atsakwasu is red, red shirt, right? If you want to say white shirt, you add the word for white. Doha, dohakwasu, dohakwasu, dohakwasu. Black would be tukwasu, tukwasu. You can also say tuhu kwasu, tuhu kwasu. But oftentimes in rapid speech, that H gets dropped. And so it just becomes tukwasu, tukwasu. Like gray shirt would be ishikwasu, ishikwasu. There are other ways of saying gray too that you may have heard and encountered. And so if you want to use that, you're perfectly fine as well. So ishikwasu, ishikwasu. As you recall, if you were in the class from last May, blue and green, in my class, I just use one word because historically that's how it was. There are many languages around the world that don't recognize all the colors, the full color spectrum. And so some people just combine colors into one term. And in the past, historically, that's how it was with Numu. So in my classes, it will just be puhi for both blue and green. Puhi kwasa. Puhi kwasa. If you've learned it another way to distinguish them, again, like I said in the last class, back in May, some do say puhi versus pui. But so yeah, you can say that if you want. Otherwise, puhi kwasa for either blue or green is perfectly fine for me. And the same with yellow and orange. Yellow and orange, you got oha. Oha is the same. Just like blue and green, if you know the distinct how other communities distinguish it between oha and oa, then you are welcome to make those distinctions. Okay? Any questions so far? All right, let's do one quick review of the numbers 1 through 10. I want to say all of you are well familiar with these based on who I see in this class. You guys should all, I believe you guys all know the numbers. So sulut you, wahat you, bahit you, watsugwit you, manigit you, napahit, nadakwatsugut, wokosugut, sumakaru, and sumumano is 1 through 10. So we'll be using all of these in this class. Clothes, colors, and numbers. And I think it'll be fun. We can go learn. So the question, let's begin with just this one question. Okay, let's start with just this one question. Well, I guess it will actually be two questions. Is how many blank are on the right side versus how many blank are on the left side. Okay, so again, for those of you who kind of joined a little late, previously I had showed kind of two panels, a left side and a right side with different articles of clothing. And so I'm going to ask how many, for example, shirts are on the left side, how many shirts are on the right side. And the way I asked that in Numu, again, this is review from one of the classes from back in the springtime. You blank, tumaray nagwat. You blank, tumaray nagwat means how many blank are on the right side. So that word you is a quantifier, means how many. You, how many. Blank is where I'll put, the article of clothing, whether it's shirt, pants, shoes, etc. And tumaray nagwat means the right side. Welcome, Salisha. Kind of giving some overview of what we're going to be doing today. And this is review. Some of it is review. You blank tumaray nagwat. How many blank are on the right side? Again, that last word, as a reminder, Zumadai is the root word for right. It's the root word for right. Zumadai, Zumadai, as in the right side, right-handed, like, positionally right. And that second part, that last final suffix, naguat, means side, side. So Zumadai naguat means right side. And if you wanted to make it the left side, how many on the left side? You just replace Zumadai with oi. Very, very simple. Oi is left. Oi naguat, left side. Cool. Oh shoot, am I not screen sharing? Ah, I thought I am screen sharing. Oh, you know what? It's because I have the presentation on my laptop, but I always forget to press stinking share on Zoom. Thanks for finally chiming in. All right, share. All right, let me let me go back a little bit so that you guys can see what's going on. All right. So this is the question. You guys see it now, right? You blank Tumare Naguate was how many blank are on the right side. And that root word, this is the root word, Dumadai. Dumadai is the root word for right. Dumadai. And you add that long suffix, Naguate is side. So Dumadai Naguat means right side. You blank Dumadai Naguat means how many blank are on the right side. Okay? There is no word equivalent for the English word are when I say how many are or on the right side. Literally in Numa, it's just how many blank right side. But that means how many are on the right side. And oi is that word for left. So you blank oi naguat. How many blank are on the left side? All right, you good now? Just remember, oi is a left. Oi naguat, left side. Dumadai naguat, right side. Dumadai naguat. So this is, again, going back to that screen where you have different articles of clothing on the left and the right side. Let's just practice by listening first, okay? Let's listen. I'm going to ask one of these questions. And as I said, if you want to answer me in English, that's perfectly fine. As long as you're understanding what I'm asking. Otherwise, you can respond in Numu if you so choose. I'm not going to say exactly how you can respond yet, so that's just up to you to decide. So let's start with Chrissy. You are up. I say you kwasu tumaden. You kwasu tumaden.
Ne pahiu kwasu puni.
All right. So you're wanting to say I see 3 shirts. Cool. 3. Yes, there are 3. Bahiti, there are 3. Bahiti. And you kwasu oi naguat.
Oi naguat. Oh shoot. Sorry. 2 is waha. Ne waha kwasu puni.
Waha you kwasu. Yeah, 2 shirts. You can say
Waha
waha kwasu. 2 shirts. Oi naguat on the left side. Ja. All right, let's try. Alyssa, I see you next. I asked, you kusa oi naguat. Hu'yu kusa oinaguat. Remember kusa?
1. Is it 1?
Hi. Kusa covers your kaupa, your legs.
Oh, 2. I was looking at the wrong side. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oinaguat. Left side. Yep. Wahaki. 2. Good job. Hu'yu kusa ka tumadainaguat. Well, Alyssa, you already answered it. You said 1. So yep. And let's go on to this next one. Maxine, we're on to you. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Hu'yu tsoltua tumadainaguat. Hu'yu tsoltua tumadainaguat.
Salute you.
I'm asking for the tsoltua tumadainaguat. I'm asking about the right side and the article of clothing is your tsoltua, which is what
Hat.
what, say that again?
Hat.
Aha.
Hat.
Yep.
Okay. How many? Hahiyu.
Yeah. I hate you. Yeshi hu'yu tsoltua oinaguat.
Salute you. Did you ask about the hat again?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, 2. Well, hot you.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. This one down here at the bottom, little cap. It's a little different, but yep. Yeah. All right then. And Monica said she's on a car. She's listening in. How about Ponka? Are you in the car too? Kaziwe. Are you in the car?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right then. I'm gonna ask you, could you tasoba oinaguat? Do you remember what tasopa means?
Isn't that socks?
Aha, ja. So hu'yu tasoba oinaguat.
Okay. Hey Josh,
Yes,
can you go back to the first one when you were doing oinagua? I didn't write that down yet.
this is oinaguat right here. And that
Okay.
means somebody blank or on the left side. Oinaguat is left side.
Okay,
Oops.
I'm good.
So then I ask you now, hu'yu tasoba oinaguat. How many socks are on the left side?
Kahi'u.
Ja, 3. Good job. And then Panka, hu'yu tasoba tumadainaguat.
They're saying how many socks are on the right side.
Aha.
What's the
Ja.
Yeah.
Ja. So get you. There are 4. Good job. All right. And let's see. Rebecca, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Let me ask you, hu'yu kusa katumadainaguat. Kusa. Tumaray na guwat.
Hima, what side?
Kusa.
Tumaray
Tumaray na guwat.
Karo.
Ja. Karu. There's none. That's kind of a trick question. Ishi hu kusa ka oy na hu kusa ka oy na guwat.
Sumatyo.
Tumaray. Aha.
Sumatyo.
Yep. Bija. Good job. All right. And so, yeah, I mean, here's one way that you can also respond to that question. Instead of just kind of saying the number by itself, you could say wahat you. Like two, if there were two shirts on the right side, you can say wahat you kwasu zumaray na guwat. Wahat you kwasu zumaray na guwat. Or again, that's for two shirts on the right side. If there were 5 shoes, you can say manigi you moko zumaray na guwat. So it's always just, changing the number, changing the article of clothing, and whatever the left side or the right side is. That would mean there are 2 shirts on the right side, there are 5 shoes on the left side, there are 1 hat on the left side, etc. So that's your template right there. You put your number, you put your article of clothing, and you put the right side or the left side. Let's keep going. Again, if you choose to answer in English, then perfectly fine, as long as you're understanding the question. So let's kind of keep going along. Salisha, are you there? You wanna go give it a shot?
Yes.
All right. Hu'inati kaoy na guwatu.
Okay, Oinaguatu is the left, but I forgot what Nati means.
Goes around your bigo, your waist.
Okay. Okay, so are you what's sick with you?
Yeah, yep.
How would you do the response?
You can say watsug with you nati oy na guwatu. Watsug with you nati kaoy na guwatu.
What's sick with you, Nati Oinaguatu?
Yeah. Which means there are 4 belts on the left side. And so now we should hu'inati tumaray na guwatu.
Shouldn't you?
Yeah. There's just this one up here. So you can just say sumayu or suma'inati tumaray na guwatu. Suma'inati tumaray na guwatu.
Nati.
There's 1 belt on the right side. Yeah. All right. And Naya is up next. Are you there?
I'm ready.
Right. Let's see. Nagui tumaray na guwatu.
Could you repeat that?
Nagui tumaray na guwatu.
Sumayo nagui tomare naguat.
Yep, exactly. Suma'yu nagui tumaray na guwatu. There's 1 dress on the right side. Yishi nagui kaoy na guwatu.
Wahat yu nagui oy naguahu.
Dogi. Correct. There are 2 dresses on the left side. Waha'i nagui oy naguat. Ja. All right, and Thatch. I got 2 Thatches on my screen here.
Yeah, one's doing my visual, one's doing my audio. It's kind of weird.
Okay. All right then, batch. Hut you kwase ka oi nagwat.
Ne, wahat you? Wait. Quessa shirts?
Aha.
0.
0 karu. Karu.
I almost ran dresses for a second.
Means none. Oops. Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by a comment. Karu kind of is a way that you can just say none. It's not there. There's none.
Karu.
Karu. Yeah. Karu. And so, what about hut you kwase ka tamaray nagwat?
Sima you quessa? Tuma Danagua? Ugh.
Yeah. Yep. Suma you kwase ka tamaray nagwat. There's one shirt.
Danagua.
All right, let's go back now. Chrissy, we're on to you. Hut you masato o ka oi nagwat.
Masato. 6, 8. Sumu Masato o oi nagwato.
Ai masato.
Sumamano.
Aha.
Sumamano you Masato o oi nagwato.
Aha. 10. So there are 10. You got 2 pairs of 5s, which equals 10. So yes, sumamano masato ka oi nagwat. There are 10 gloves on the left side. Ye shikrisi hut you masato o ka tumaray nagwat.
4. What's a greet you? Masato o tumaray nagwato.
Aha, what's a good? There are 4 ka tumaray nagwat on the right side. Ija. All right, Chrissy, or not Chrissy, Alyssa. You are next. You are the next contestant. And the price is right. Sorry. Hut you moko ka oi nagwat. Hut you moko ka oi nagwat.
2.
Ija, Togi. Yep, correct. There are 2 shoes. Wahat you moko. 2 shoes on the left side. Yeshi. Hut you moko ka tumaray nagwat.
1.
Only 1 moko on the right side.
On the right side. Oh. Do you say 4 because it's not in pairs?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Oh, do you say 6 shoes? Sorry, 6 shoes, or do you say like 3 pairs of shoes, or is it just like 6 shoes?
Well, I guess the answer I was looking for was 6. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Remember the word for 6?
Napahi you.
Napahi. 6. Napahi moko ka tumaray nagwat. 6 shoes on the right side. All right. Maxine, back to you. I think I asked you to say use this word last time with you. Hut you tsotua ka oi nagwat.
Yeah. So to Oi, none. So, how do we say none?
Karu'u. Karu'u.
Karu,
Yeah, karu.
karu,
It's like
oh, karu.
KAD double O apostrophe double O. Karu. Although even that is somewhat dialectical. In some dialects, they might just kind of completely drop the glottal and that second set of double O's. But yeah, either way, karu, karu means none.
So, karu, so tua. Oi, oi, agua. Oi, negote. Oi, negote.
Aha. Karu, karu, tsotu aka oi nagwat. There are no shoes on, or excuse me, no hats on the left side. She Maxine ha yu tsotu aka tumarai nagwat.
Wahayu. So tua. Tomorrow negote.
Yeah, there are two. Sorry, my battery was going out. I was getting distracted. But yes, yeah, there are two. All right, guys, now we're going to move on to what Chrissy was answering earlier. I'm going to ask you now the question, how many blank do you see? Okay. So instead of how many are there, I'm going to ask how many do you see? Okay. Now in this case, things are going to be a little different. Okay, but Panka has a question. What's up, Panka?
Can you do it all with that one before, like something happened to my screen, like it kicked me off.
Okay, so what do you want to see again?
I just want to see what you guys did. Is this what you guys just did next?
Okay, we just barely started. So we were doing what we were doing, where I was kind of asking how many are there on the left and the right side for these. But now, just barely
Okay.
right now, I'm moving on to this new question where I'm gonna.
Okay, yeah, because my internet just kind of blacked out and then like it kicked me off.
Okay, you got that res internet. All right, well, you're good, Panka. So now we're gonna start asking this new question. Okay, I'm gonna ask how many blank do you see? Like how many shirts do you see? How many pants? How many shoes? But things are a little different now. Okay, so in this case, the word for how many changes slightly. Okay, instead of how I was asking it before, you, it becomes who. Okay, and again, this was part of a previous lesson from the springtime. I'm not sure how many of you all were there at that time, but who. The reason why it changes form is because who is the object form. It's the grammatical object, okay? So this is getting into grammar, right? The object versus the subject of the sentence. So it's kind of like how in English, she versus her. You know, if I say she sees her, both she and her refer to, you know, some particular female, but one is the subject of the sentence, it's she, whereas her is the object of the sentence. So in Numu, how many changes, just like she and he changes, or she and her changes in English, all right? So who is the object. The reason why it's the object here is because I'm asking, what do you see? You see something. You see her, you see him, you see it, you see them, and it's a different form. So who also means how many, but it's the object, it's a grammatical object of the sentence, all right? So this is the question. Who blank ubuni? How many blank do you see? And a possible answer you might give is just right here. If you see a red pants, you would say, oh, I'm sorry, this is me asking the question. Who atsakusa ubuni? This is me asking, how many red pants do you see? This is just, again, an example. Huhu atakusa ubuni. How many red pants do you see? And your answer would be this template. Ne blank atakusa buni. I see blank red red pants. Sorry, am I saying shirts? Red pants. Ne blank atakusa buni. This means I see a certain amount of black, or excuse me, of red pants. Also, again, remember, the numbers also change form. Okay, and I also, I don't know, again, if you guys had the opportunity to watch that video that I recently posted, but the numbers change form also if you're referring to the subject of the sentence or the object of the sentence. So when you're referring to the object of the sentence, in this case, something that you see, you drop that YOO suffix, okay, and you replace it with HOO. So 1 becomes simuhu. 2 becomes wahu or wahahu. 3 is baihu or bahihu. I don't have that bahihu there, but baihu is like the word for 3. You can say for 4, watsugwihu. 5, manigihu. 6, napaihu. 7, nadak watsugwihu. 8, wokosugwihu. 9, sumakaru. So 9 stays the same. And 10, sumamano. You don't have to add that hu ending on 10, you know. Sumamano is fine. Are you guys understanding? Numbers change form, whether it's the subject or the object of the sentence. Are we good? All right, so these forms of the numbers are what you'll want to use when answering the question. What or how many blank do you see? So let's continue on. Panka, I think you're up. Are you ready?
Yay. Yep.
All right. All right then. Wait, let me see. I'm at. Hold on. Let me go to a different one. Nope. All right. I'll save that one. I'll save this one. Sorry. Kuhu atsakusa ubuni.
How many shirts, sir?
Kuhu
Is that what you're asking?
atsakusa. Atsakusa.
Like in all? I don't know what Spanish is.
You remember atsa? What does atsa mean?
Red.
Ja. And kusa?
Pants.
Yep. So atsakusa is red pants. Kuhu
Oh,
atsakusa.
2 6. Wahoo. Atsakusa.
Ja. Wahu atsakusa. Ne wahu atsakusa buni. I see 2 red pants. All right, Yishi. Panka, one more. Huhu tu kwasa ubuni.
Sumaho. 2 kwasa upuni.
Yeah, ne puni. Puni ne. Tu kusa.
Oh yeah, no.
Puni ne. Semahu or semahu tu kwasa. Tu kusa. Puni, yes. You see 1 pants. Good job. 1 black pants. Good job. All right.
I don't
And
know why, but those look kind of gray.
yeah, actually, you know what? You're right. Those are great. So ishikusa. Ishikusa. Yeah. Maybe once upon a time they were black, but they got washed too many times and they faded. So, yes.
Yeah.
All right, then Rebecca, are you there?
Yes.
Right, let's see. Who puhi pasa ubuni.
Puhi kusa.
Pasa. Pasa.
Manigi puhi kusa puni.
Ja, manigi hu. Five, or manigi hu. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Manigi hu. Five.
Migihu.
Ishi. Huhu. Huhu toha. Tohatta soba. Ubuni. Huhu tohatta soba ubuni.
Tuhato soba. 2, 4, 6, 8. Na. What sigi ho? Tosapa poni.
Or toha. Tohatta soba.
Oh no, there's 10, 10, 10. No, there's 4 white. 10, 4 sets, so that's 8. Yeah, 8. Right? 8 tasopas. Toha.
These ones are blue. Yeah, these ones are blue over here.
Okay, they're white and blue, but they got white. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So,
A little confusing there.
napahi. Oh,
Aha. Not like
tapi. Natahop. Natap. Napahi. Napahi. Tasopa poni. Sidak wanawan.
It smells stinky, she says. Yep. All right, then. Let's go on to who is next? Salisha. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, then let's see. Who oa sotu a ubuni. Who oha sotu a ubuni.
Ubuni. I forgot the colors.
Oha. Oha is can be yellow or orange.
Oh, sumu no sumu oh habuni.
Yeah, Pisha, there is one. So yeah, sumuhu, ne sumuhu, oha sotu a buni. I see one yellow hat. If I ask you, who tu sotu a ubuni. Who tu sotu a ubuni. You can ignore this one. This one's kind of tricky too. It's white and black.
Is it black? The color you just
Yep.
so what's who? Is that how you pronounce it?
Atsuguihu. Yep. Atsuguihu. Or yeah, I think your family's from Pyramid Lake and McDermott, right? So they pronounce it with that K. Watsuguihu. Yep. Watsuguihu. So tu tsotu ahuni. C4 black hats. Yeah. All right, then let's see. Tanaya, you are up. Kuhu, Puhimo, or Buni.
say puhimoko.
Yes.
Ne pahi'u puhimoko buni.
Aha. Paihu. Paihu. for the-
Paihu.
Yeah, the object of the sentence. But you got the number correct. Yes. 3. Yishi puhu toha tsotsa ubuni.
Ne wahahu doha tsotsoa buni.
Okay. I see 2 white hats. So you're counting both of these 2 at the bottom?
Huh.
2 white hats. Cool. Good job. All right, tonight I'm gonna ask you one more. Let's say, put you so to how would you answer?
Sorry, could you repeat that? A car was driving by?
Put you so to
Pahi ne pahihu kai. Pahihu tsotso tamara nagwahu.
Oh, puni. You want to add puni? Yep. Yeah. So kind of threw in that. How many are there on the right side? And I answered correctly. I see 3 hats on the right side. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Thatch. On to you.
Yeah.
Who wanagwi ibuni.
Whoa. What? I missed it.
Wanagwi ibuni.
No, wait.
Who ohanagwi.
Oh, it's dresses.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can't hear the color you're saying either still yet. Can you say it again?
Ohanagwi.
Oha? Oh, red, orange. Okay. Kadu'u?
Oha can mean yellow or orange.
Oh. So,
It's funny because when I was in McDermott this past July, they say it differently than in Pyramid Lake. So I think in Pyramid Lake, I can't remember, maybe Ponca would remember. Like Oa, I think Oa in Pyramid Lake, they say yellow. Or is it Oha? But in McDermott is reversed. So like Oha would be like orange. No, I think in Pyramid Lake, Oha is yellow. But in McDermott, it's Oa without the H. And then
Yeah, Oha is yellow and Oa is orange.
okay, so yeah, that's in the Pyramid Lake area. But in McDermott, they reverse it. So in McDermott, Oha is orange and Oa is yellow. So, anyways, that's just kind of why, again, like I was saying, oops, just dropped something. In my class, you can make the distinction if you want. Otherwise, to me, it doesn't matter. I just say Oha. So yes, that. So then, how many? Huhu, Oha, Nagui, Ubuni.
yeah, what's the quiho? Nakui, puni.
Ja.
Yes.
4. Actually, one more for you. That huhu ishi kwasu ubuni. Huhu ishi kwasu ubuni.
Ne, wahu, isha, kosa. Isha? Isha. Sorry, what? Oh, oops. What? One more time.
Ishi kwasu.
Ishi. Okay.
Yeah, two gray shirts. Ja. All right, y'all. We only got 4 minutes left, so I'm gonna call it night there. If you guys have any questions, I will be here to answer anything. Otherwise, see you guys next week, next Tuesday at the same time.
So
Yeah.
you said Masato was gloves, right?
Masato. Oh, yep.
Okay. Okay. Let's. What class? When is the next class?
I typed it in the chat for you, Ponka.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Chad.
Next
Batch.
class will be next Tuesday
Mhm.
at 6:30.
Konnichiwa.
Udwa.
Konnichiwa.
That
What's up?
you still here?
Yeah, what's up?